Lying awake with a dismal headache and repose is tabooed by anxiety. I conceive you may use any language you choose to indulge you without impropriety. For your brain is on fire, the bedclothes conspire of usual slumber to plunder you. First your counterpane goes and uncovers your toes, and your sheet slips demurely from under you. Next the blanketing tickles, you feel like mixed pickles, so terrible sharp as a pricking. And you're hot and you're cross and you tumble and toss, so there's nothing twitch you in the ticking. Next the bedclothes all creep to the ground in a heap, and you pick them all up in a tangle. Then your pillow resigns and politely declines to remain in its usual angle. Well, you get some arose in the form of a doze with hot eyeballs and head ever aching. But your slumbering teams with such horrible dreams that you very much better be waking. For you dream you're crossing the channel and tossing about in a steamer from Harwich, which is something between a large bathing machine and a very small second-class carriage. And you're serving a treat, penny icy cold meat, to a party of friends and relations. They're a ravenous horde, and they all came on board at Sloane Square and South Kensington stations. And bound on that journey you find your attorney who started that morning from Devon. He's a bit undersized and you don't feel surprised when he tells you he's only 11. While you're driving like mad with a singular lad, by the ship's now a four-wheeler. And you're playing round games and he calls you bad names when you tell him the ties be the dealer. Well, you can't say them, so you throw up your hand and you find you're as cold as an icicle. And your shirt and your socks are black silk with gold clocks crossing Salisbury Plain on a bicycle. And he and the crew are on bicycles too, which they've somehow or other invested in. And he's telling the tars of the particulars of a company he's interested in. It's a scheme of devices to get at low prices, all goods from called mixtures to cables, which tickle the sailors by treating retailers as though they were all vegetables. First you get a good spaceman to plan a small treatment for a take of his boots with and his finger shoot. It's like this will shooting a blossom, but like a fruit tree. Oh, the greengrocer tea gives you grape and green pea, cauliflower, pineapple, and cranberry. While the pastry cook plant cherry brandy will grant apple puffs, three corners, and banberries. The shares are a penny, and ever so many are taken by Rothschild and Baring. And just as a few are allotted to you, you will wait with a shudder despairing. You're a regular wreck with a crick in your neck, and no wonder you snore, for your head's on the floor and your needles and pins from your soul to your shins. Your flesh is a creep, for your left leg's asleep, a cramp in your toes and a fly in your nose, and a fluff in your lung, and a feverish tongue, and a thirst that's intense, and the general sense that you haven't been sleeping in clover. But the darkness has passed, and it's daylight at last, and the night has been long. Ditto, ditto, my song. And thank goodness they're both of them over.